Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. Today I've got an exciting holiday craft for you made out of recycled materials. We're going to be making some coffee cup and coffee lid ornaments. And as you can see here on my tree, I've got a whole bunch of different kinds. This is actually made from a coffee cup that I've cut and rolled down. And what's amazing is that when you roll it down, because of the whatever it is, the wax or whatever's in the cup, it actually holds its form and it makes this beautiful kind of frondy sort of surround round. This is a coffee lid that I've just decorated, put a picture in and decorated with some fun stuff. And then here, this is my personal favorite. This is a coffee lid on the bottom. And this is one of those Frappucino lids. And what's amazing is if you get the right sized lids, they actually click together and they make sort of a little snow globe. So this is what we're going to be making today. And what we're going to be using for our materials is, of course, a whole bunch of embellishments. And it's basically whatever you have that you can pull out of your fodder or your crafting area. I've got some ribbon and some lace and a bunch of little beads and things like that, all kind of sparkly. I've got some wonderful, fabulous stickers here. These are actually snowflake stickers, and those are great for the winter time. I've got some little puff balls, and then I have these adorable little, these are actually little finger puppets that I found, and I think they'll make a great center for my snow globes. Then I also found these amazing little, I think that basically what they are is charms, but they're really, really cute. They're made out of like a Fimo dough, and they're really, really cute, and I thought those would be perfect in there as well. The other thing that I like to use for these ornaments is I like to use paper that's sparkly and pretty and comes in all these different fabulous colors and patterns. These are basically scrapbook papers that I've just cut into circles. And we're going to be using coffee lids, and if you can get them, the Frappucino lids, and then your basic coffee cup. So let me show you the coffee cup first, because this is really, I find this really, really interesting. I think that this is really neat. What I'm basically going to do is take my coffee cup and just cut it all the way down. And the thing about it is you're just going to cut thin strips, just like that. It's about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch there. And I'm just going to cut and just keep cutting. The thinner the better, but you can also do them fat. It really doesn't matter. So let me show you what I got over here. I've actually got one that I started. Once you've got it all cut, then you just take the end and you just start rolling it down. And all you got to do is roll it down on top of itself. You just roll it down, roll it down, and roll it down, and roll it down, and roll it down, and roll it down. And then when you let it go, it holds its shape, just like that. Isn't that neat? And then what you can do is you can take one of these fabulous pieces of paper, put it in the center, and then decorate. You can put snowflakes in the middle if you wanted to. You could use jewels, puff balls, anything. You could even just draw a picture or put your own family photo in here. Anything that you would like can go in the center. And then if you wanted to add just a little hook here so that you could hang it, all you have to do is take your scissors and make a little tiny hole in the top here. And you always want to be careful when you do this. You don't want to stab your finger, but very carefully push it through until it comes out. There we go. When you start to feel it come out, you want to make sure you get your finger out of the way. You should always have adult supervision if you do something like that. And then you just take your ribbon, thread it through, and tie it off. And then that'll hang nicely on your tree when it's all rolled, just like that. So I'm going to now show you how to make my very favorite version here, which is the little snow globe. So what I got for this is I've got my Frappucino lid and I've got a coffee lid. And again, you might have to play with this and find which size works best, but what I found is that if you get the right sizes, the Frappucino lid will just click right onto the coffee lid, just like that. So what I'm going to do is pop it off again. Now, what I want to do is I want to decorate this bottom here. I want to make it kind of like a little snowy scene. And what I found works really, really well for this is just your average, everyday cotton ball. And the thing about the cotton balls is you can pull them apart and they make awesome snow. Now I also happen to have a little bit of this white sparkly paper over here. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of this white sparkly paper, and I got my handy dandy hot glue gun, and I'm going to hot glue right into the bottom here. Now the thing about it is you can use glue dots if you want to. You could use white tacky glue. Any kind of glue will hold this in place. So that I love hot glue because it's so quick and fast. Okay, so I've got my hot glued piece of sparkle, and now I'm going to take my fun cotton that I've pulled apart, and I'm going to create, see, a little wintry scene there. Now I don't really need to super glue this into place, but I'm going to add a couple little dots of glue here. Little hot glue here, hot glue there, hot glue there. Now remember, hot glue of course is hot, so when you're using something like a fabric-y like a cotton where you could have thin portions, you want to be very careful that you don't push down and get your finger on that hot glue, because it really does hurt. Okay, so now I've got my snowy scene there. And now I want to add a couple figurines. So I think I'm going to add this little girl. She's awfully cute. So I'm going to put a little glue on her bottom, on her little feet. So I put a little glue on her feet there. And I'm going to stand her right up here. And I think I'm going to have her visiting, bringing a present, a giant present. She's like a little teeny tiny elf person. So I'm going to have a big present here. Again, just one little dab of hot glue on the bottom does it. Oops. And there's going to be a giant Christmas tree here. Now this is just once again, this is another little ornamenty kind of a thing that I found. This is from a kit that was to make necklaces. And I was like, oh, this is perfect for my little ornaments. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue, put that on the bottom there. Now I do want to put this on an area that's going to stick, and when you kind of adhere things to this cotton, it kind of gets wonky. So what I'm going to do is instead I'm going to put it so that it's right here on the paper. There's my tree and my little girl, and she's got a big giant present. So now I'm going to snap my lid in place. And there we go. There it is. I've got my little snow globe. Now to make it hang on the tree, all I'm going to do is take some ribbon. This is enough, and figure out how much I want to put there, probably about that much. I'm just going to cut this with my scissors. And actually what we do want to do when we're gluing to these little plastic lids, these can melt with the hot glue, so you never want to put hot glue directly onto the plastic. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put a little dot right here and a little dot right here. Now what's most important here is, because it's thin fabric, I don't want to burn myself again, so I'm going to let this cool just a tiny bit, for about 10 seconds, and then I'm going to push it down, being very careful not to burn myself, and other side, push it down, whoop. There we go. And now, as soon as that dries, my ornament has a hanger. Now, if I wanted to, I could decorate along here with some of these fabulous beads like that. I could just glue those into place. I could put little snowflakes on the outside or inside if I wanted to. I've got these great little snowflakes that I found here. Oops, they like to stick together. So I could put little snowflakes on here. Really, at this point in time, I can go to town. I can decorate with whatever I've got. And again, if you don't have these little figurines and things, you could just take a magazine and you could cut pictures out of the magazines, and you could put like a little toothpick behind them, or a little pipe cleaner, and just make them stand up. They'll still be cute. You really just use your imagination on whatever you want to put inside your snow globe. So that is my awesome snow globe there, right there. And then the other craft is just to use the lid. And just using the lid, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of string, or in this case I've got some little beads, and I'm feeding that through the sip part. That's where you sip your coffee. So I'm just going to put it right through there. And in this case, I can tie this off, because this is beading that's small enough to tie off. And I'll probably want to put a little dab of glue here just to make sure that this doesn't go anywhere. And then I'm going to put some pretty paper here. Let's see. Ooh, I like this paper. So I'm going to take this hot glue, put a little dab on the back there. Ooh, and there we go. Now I've got a nice backdrop, and now I've got these cute little gingerbread man. So I'm going to use the gingerbread man. What's great about the lip here is that it makes a great like base for a little tableau, because see, I can just put him right there. And he sticks really nicely, and he stands right here. Now again, I could put a little bit of snow down at the bottom if I wanted to. Like that. Get a little snow. Pull it a little bit more. Got a little too much there. Put a little snow at the bottom. You know, maybe he's got a little ball that he's got playing with him, and maybe even a penguin friend. But you can see, you can have as much fun as you want with whatever your tableau is. And you know, the best thing about it is that, again, you can just use whatever you've got on hand. For more recycled Christmas craft ideas, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com.